Many people ask, why go back to New Orleans? You were there in 2009, why go back in 2012? The answer is really easy. Our church is a church that values relationship. In 2009, I saw young people being invited into people's homes, being invited into people's stories, and the people of New Orleans aren't back to where they need to be yet. Our church should be concerned about that. And I think this is an incredible opportunity for us to teach young people about the value of God's people being in relationship.
We are just so excited you're coming back to us in 2012. You have such a great group. We experienced it in '09. Yeah, the kids are so well behaved, and y'all do so much for the city. We deeply appreciate everything you and the attendees do.
In 2009, as we started wondering what 36,000 young people could do in the city of New Orleans, we created over 220 service projects that our church, was able to carry out. Those service projects have left an imprint on the city in ways I don't even know how to describe.
Back in 2009, the ELCA came to New Orleans and supported the Fountain of Youth Foundation's efforts to go out into community and hear what youth wanted for their city. And it was amazing to see the bond that was created between the ELCA youth and the Fountain of Youth Foundations.
We know that when we make a long-term commitment, when our relationships are not just a casual acquaintance level, but when we go deeper in our relationships with each other and we get to know one another and trust each other, amazing things can happen.
We are creating an opportunity for your high school student to come and enter into a global experience about what does it mean to be a peacemaker in the 21st century.
We're going to start in time learning about what does it mean to do justice. What does that mean as a Christian in our own community and around the world? And then we will step onto buses and travel all over New Orleans and outside of New Orleans to practice justice as citizens with the saints, walking alongside the community and the people who live here.
It's just important to realize that while you're in New Orleans, that when you talk to the locals, it's important to embrace them and to just speak to people. I think that's what God wants us to do while we're down here, is speak to people, understand them, learn their story, and in the end, you'll come out with, I think, a better vision of what we're here to do for God.
Our congregation's youth in 2009 were on a service project where they got to see natural earthen levees. And on their way back from that project, they were on a bus with a bus driver who told them his story. And he stopped at his family home and took them on a tour of it. This influenced my young people who come from a suburban congregation, many of them from affluent families, and it changed the way they thought about people who lived in poverty. So much so that when we got back to central Pennsylvania, we began a process of working with people who were living on the edge of homelessness. It's been transforming for our whole congregation in ways we never could have expected when we departed for the ELCA Youth Gathering.
You know, the fact is the gathering is not a destination event. And I hope those of you who came in the past have noticed that. The fact is the destination is your own neighborhood. It's your own community and the needs that are there. So that the hope is that when you come to practice justice, it's exactly that. It's a practice. So that you can take what you learned here in New Orleans and you can bring it home. So that you can love like Jesus wherever you are.
My goal for this gathering is that young people will leave New Orleans so in love with Jesus that they can't be quiet about it. That they will come back to your congregations and that they will bear witness to the fact that God has been active in this place and that God is calling them to be active in the lives of the place where they have been planted on this earth.